Hi cuties, welcome back or welcome if you're new here. My name's Lips and I'm here to read the current situation. If this has found you, it's for you. Very small channel over here, very select few that will be receiving this message, so it'll be extra specific. So within the next 2.5 to 3 weeks, there is going to be movement. You've taken the long road here with this thing. I'm not going to clarify what that is because I want to keep this message kind of pure, like it's going to be different for everyone and there's a lot that I need to get it through. So for whatever pops into your brain, it's probably that. You know yourself best, you know your story best, your path best, but there is something that you've had, like a bit of a hint, a bit of a clue, is that there's something that you've been learning, studying, experiencing, like living. Like you've lived this thing. So if this is a career, you've lived it. You've lived, I'm getting 8 here. Maybe this was an 8-year journey into mastering this thing. And remember that this is like, this can be a lesson too. One lesson that's coming up is setting firm foundations for yourself for stability. There's some cycle potentially that's closing out that you are now a spokesperson for. You could be a spokesperson for, and that doesn't even need to, like, I know it came out as a joke, but potentially you are going to actually tell your story. But you took the long path. You gathered so much information. You weren't rushing, okay? You took your time with this thing. And so as the energy is changing at this time, I'm focusing on this Saturn energy as it's moving into Aries. Whenever this finds you, it's the same themes are potent here. It doesn't matter. It's just that from what was illusionary, from what you couldn't actually hold, from what you couldn't actually touch or explain, that essence is forming, it's changing, it's arriving into the physical. Like a 3D object, it's going to be a lot more palpable, a lot more recognizable. I was getting this message like, when you have a scar, like you've got a fresh wound and it's in that healing phase, right? It hardens up, it calluses, it forms a scab. That scab phase, and I'm a tattoo artist, so like I can speak to skin. And actually what's coming up with that is like zinc. I'm not a doctor, but zinc's really good for skin healing. It's really good for immunity. So I don't know. Look into that if you want, but you might also be getting a tattoo, like a heart tattoo I was seeing. If you are, that would be a good placement for it. That's just like a really random tattoo artist channel. Or someone like has a heart tattoo, I don't know. But yeah, if you walk on this scab, right, let's say it's under your foot, that would be terrible. But if you were walking on it every day, it's going to like inflame. The skin around it's going to get very red and inflamed. Okay, the scab might start crusting off. And that's when, you know, when you pick those, sorry, this is kind of gross, but it's our bodies, right? When you pick that, like, you might end up having a scar if you don't completely touch it, right? So like, there's something to that. I just feel like you fought it for a long time and then you just had to like surrender and just be like, okay, I'll just like wait. I'll wait until this lesson is over. But in 2 to 3 weeks, there's no more holding back. There's some sort of epiphany coming through. Where you realize that all of that inner work you've been doing were the roots to the plant that is now growing. So it's like I'm seeing the Eight of Pentacles in my head where he's kind of standing there and staring at the growth. And yeah, again, we're getting eights here. This is the kind of stuff that like doesn't have a beginning or an end. It doesn't have a finale. This is something long lasting. Something very long lasting here. But the roots were essential. Under the ground right now, there are infinite pathways, potentials, roots growing. And you're going to start seeing within the next 2 to 3 weeks, and seriously come back to this video and update me. Like, comment if you want something that you feel, or just like, I'm gonna come back in 3 weeks. Someone remind me, and or like Lips remind me. If anyone does that, I'll literally set a 3-week reminder for you and come back and be like, what's up? What's different? There's something to that, tracking it, because all of this stuff that's changing and happening, it's really hard to put your finger on. You can't quite describe it to people, but it's like when it's out there, when it's there, people are going to understand. I also feel like this is an escape route. Like something is, it's like there's like a timer, like a ticking time bomb, something that's gonna pop, and you're ready. Like, why am I getting like someone that's like, you know, doom prepping? I'm getting that kind of energy. Like, I'm not saying doom is coming. It's actually the opposite. It's like you're getting a head start here. And a lot of like what I've been seeing all morning is like in Mario Kart, how it's like beep, 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 beep. And that's when you can't accelerate before the 3rd beep or the 4th, or else you get stalled and you have to like wait a second before you can keep going. And it's like there's some sort of information coming through that is like that, where you know that you have to get your ducks in a row, wait, right? But you're going to know when the time is right, and it's within the next 2 to 3 weeks. Cannot stress this enough. So it's like ticking final boxes, getting shit out of the way. Like some of you might be traveling. There's this preparation, but that's happening right now. But I can't stress to you enough how much the energy is changing. And wow, okay. But you're literally chilling. I just feel like, honestly, a lot of other people are going to be like, oh, like this is almost like an opportunity that you jump at because it's for you. But other people are kind of like, you know, they might see that opportunity at the same time or see it after when you've actually clearly taken it. And people are going to be like, damn it, that was genius. That was brilliant. You know, you might be like someone right now, like this might be so hard to actually wrap your head around because you're like, Lips, everything is a mess. Like, or like, I literally can't move forward. You are being stalled. We have new relationships coming through. I was getting love. Yeah, we have a sudden event that needs immediate attention. Time is of the essence. Think things through carefully. there's this inspired movement. For a lot of you, if there's any debt, you'll be paying off those loans very soon. I'm also getting like new relationships, new opportunities to collaborate, easier communication. So really, it's all about decision anxiety at this time. And you might know exactly, we've got the Ace of Wands under here. You might know kind of like exactly what usually solves this stagnancy, but for some reason you can't take that approach at this time. And that's fine, that's guided. So just being very confident in your vision and how you're seeing things at this time is very essential, regardless of other people's opinions and perspectives. This is something extremely personal. This is something that you've been working on for years. This is an alignment point for you. We have renewal here. It's time to move in a new direction. Okay. So I'm going to kind of wait and pull these as I feel called to. But I want to get clarity before I keep moving forward. So I'm just seeing where I'm being pulled to here. Okay, the Sacred Forest Oracle. I just saw freedom as I shuffled the deck. If there have been money blocks, that's over. If there's been a lack of clarity, a lack of understanding where to take things, that's clearing away. And I sense that this is, again, like this is going to be a very physical, like almost like an offer. I think you might actually get an offer, or you just see something, you hear something that confirms it for you. But we have enlightenment here. So, and miracles. So yeah, I'm getting like taking the step without seeing the next one, like just taking one step. I think this energy really likes consistency. Like even if you're just showing up for, 20 minutes every day or something like that, setting a new routine, it's going to be super helpful for you. Okay. Let's go. Let's get into this now. It's like all of this inner strength. You've needed all of these like inner personal transformative journeys you've been through. I'm like staring at the butterflies right now. This transformation, it's obvious. It's going to be obvious to everyone. This cycle was not easy, my love. You had to walk away from some extremely heartbreaking situations. If this is to do with love, there was a lot of misinterpretations on the situation. A lot of confusion, potentially no closure. It took you into this, and if it's not romantic love, this can be friendship, this can be a job, this can, however it makes sense for you. It could even be your relationship to your higher self. But there was a lot of doubt. You had to work through a lot of doubt, a lot of projections. You had to undo a lot of pain. It's almost like you had to pull the sword out of your own chest. And there was a phase there where, you know, I'm interested, is any of you like doctors, or I don't know, like maybe you're a tattoo artist, or like work with the body healing. I don't know. Because again, I'm getting up like healing here. Wow, we have the Chariot and the Hierophant here. Well, yeah. So there was like a lot of wounding that when you pulled the sword out, I don't want to get too gory, but like, you know, you kind of need a compress ready, right? Let's just say that. But so what I'm getting with this is like your energetic container was like not your personal energy, your personal essence, ideas, inspiration, creativity. It was pouring out. It was like there was a hole in your container, and it was being distributed to whoever was in your vicinity. Okay. And you need that for yourself. And so you were like, okay, I need to go inward for a bit. I need to like sort this stuff out, because you didn't really have another choice. You didn't have a choice here. It had to be sorted out. It's not being comfortable for you. Okay. But it's almost like you had to get to this point so that you would make this decision and turn in this direction where you literally, it's not even like a question. I see 111 on the clock. It's not even a question. You are being aligned. And you are going to be so enthusiastic, okay? Like, a lot of us have had zero energy. Nothing. So much had to be wiped away, cleaned away. And we have been stalled, like waiting. Now is the time, I'm telling you. And you don't have the capacity right now to really care about what people think about this, because it's like, for a lot of you, it's kind of the only thing you can do right now, right? It's like the only thing that seems possible. It might be the only thing that you feel energy towards doing. Trust that. Like, I'm also getting like things are kind of piling up in the background, which is kind of clouding your head. And it's okay if you feel like you can't deal with that stuff right now. But if you can kind of like, you know, do one thing a day, one task a day, like get some stuff off that to-do list, it's going to be helpful with moving into this fast acting energy. Like, especially if, you know, there is a random travel opportunity, or there is a random, like, you know, just something that changes in your life where like a bit more planning could have been helpful. But you will be moving forward with, well, I've never, like, for some reason the Hierophant today is really standing out to me. Like, look how unbothered he looks. But look at the subjects below him, right? One's happy, one isn't. And I think that's important here. Like, you're stepping into a leadership role, and it doesn't necessarily mean that you're like leading people, you're running a group of people. You might be employees, I'm seeing, like that kind of thing, but it could be just that like you are putting yourself out there in a new way, and it's going to have feedback, but you don't actually have to like let that opinion sway you from actually making the moves, because everyone who disagrees with what's your truth, what makes you happy, what doesn't harm others, which is like what's for the highest good. It's, if someone else doesn't like that, that's fine. But it has nothing to do with you or your journey. And the only thing it does have to do with actually is like fighting those ghosts, those skeletons in the closet. Because really, like, we should be at this stage, at this point in time, getting to a point where we're so firm in our integrity, like, that it doesn't matter so much about how it's coming across, because you know that it's going to align with the right people. So if you can face it head on and hear the criticism, but have the inner strength to be able to say, like, it's fine that not everyone understands me, that's a huge weight lifted off you. And you can keep, you know, moving forward. I'm getting Libra energy here. Justice, strength, Leo, Libra, Leo, Pisces. Full energy. Yeah, you're jumping in. You're not looking back. You're not looking to see how people are interpreting you. Wake the beast, I'm hearing. Like anything, any residue from that stopped you from speaking your truth or taking this path forward, now it might come up, but your direction isn't even looking there, because you're going to be around people that get you, that love you. And you're going to be like, this is working out. Things are finally moving, right? We have the King of Swords. Okay, like so much discernment on who's in your circle. Saying things directly, clearly, setting boundaries, having a vision. I also get like sun gazing in the evenings could be helpful at this time. This one's okay. This one's a strong one here. Let's see. There's spirits calling judgment on a fire sign in your life at this time. There was, Leo, Aries, Sagittarius. Someone that you potentially collaborated with, did an apprenticeship with, studied with, worked with. Something happened there. Something broke your heart. But this had to leave because there was almost like it was muddying up your path forward. You couldn't see correctly. You were left in this state of like fight or flight. You were juggling a lot. You were navigating a lot. And you had to leave. There could be like failed attempts here at something. Trust it. Trust it. There's a reason for this. Okay? What can we expect next? the Fool again. Okay? Where's my other Fool? Did I put her back in the deck? I must have. And Good Fortune. Oh my gosh. You're going to be stunting on people. Okay? And you're not looking back. You're not looking back. But it's almost like whatever this is. Oh my gosh. And look, we got Justice here. Whatever this is, it's going to be very inspiring for people. Almost like, damn, I wish I thought of that. You know, we got the Sun here. Your ships are coming in.